Today we're going to take a look at this Pro case. It's for the iPad Air 4 2020, and we're going to take a look and see how lightweight this is compared to the old cases that I've got. So I've got a smart cover for the iPad Air 2, and we've got another Pro case, but this is for a 2018 standard iPad. So we'll take a look at those, see what they weigh. So first up, let's have a look at the iPad case here. Pop it on the scales. Now that comes out to about 185 grams. I know these kitchen scales aren't that accurate, but they give you a general idea and it's not too far off. So 185 grams for that. Now the smart cover, pop that on. That comes out to about 80 grams. So that's really lightweight, and I do like these smart covers, but as you'll see in one of my other videos, you're not going to get a smart cover on the iPad Air 4 or the iPad Pro 11 due to the way that the magnets are aligned down the side of the iPad now. Those just aren't there. They're at the top and the bottom of the back of the iPad now, which is a bit of a shame, but hey, that's progress. Now let's try this new case. That comes out to about 240 grams. Now, if we look at the Amazon listing, that says it's supposed to be 140 grams. So that is totally wrong. It's 100 grams heavier than the listing. You can pick these up for about £12. They're currently on sale at that price with a £10% discount as well. So you might be able to pick it up for about £11, which is pretty cheap. The other colours, this is the black colour. The other colours are coming in at around £14, £15. So depending on the colour, just be aware of the price difference there. So let's have a look at the case itself. Now this feels quite thick, feels quite sturdy. It's slightly felted on the inside, so it's not going to damage your screen. And then we've got a plastic backing. Now this is semi-translucent, so you can kind of just about see the Apple logo through the back. So if we take, well, even if it's my old iPad, which is easier to grab hold of, you can see the Apple logo through there. But if you've gone for a nice colour for the back of your new iPad Air 4, you're not going to see it through this case. So that blue or green that you may have bought, it won't be visible. We've got the notch here for the camera. So this is specifically for the iPad Air 4. If you've got an iPad Pro 11, that's a sort of a square notch. The Pro 11 case could probably fit on there, but you may get a problem with the power button. So if we take a look at, and we can see that we've got a notch here that allows the speaker through, as well as the larger power button, which has the Touch ID built into it. Then we've got on the side, huge gap down here to allow you to mount the Apple Pencil, and you've got the volume controls at the top there. And then down at the bottom, you've got cutouts for the speakers and for the USB-C socket. And then on the other side, a big gap. So it will fit into the case just by clicking in all four corners. And that's in. Relatively simple to get back out again, and it looks pretty solid. It will protect the corners if you drop it, unlike the folio case, but then the folio case is going to be lighter. It's difficult to actually find the weight of the folio case because Apple doesn't publish it, but I asked around on some forums and people have said it should be about 175 grams. So compared to the 240 grams of this case, that's 65 grams difference, and this one does feel a bit heftier, a bit bulkier, but it will provide a bit better protection. I'm not happy that the listing is wrong on Amazon. That's poor, because I was looking for the lightest possible case, and this isn't it. I do wonder whether you could do a bit of a DIY job on this and cut out a fair portion of plastic without really affecting how much protection it's going to give you, and really lighten that up a little bit and let your colour through. I don't know how much weight saving you'll get, but it's going to be maybe about 50 grams or so. So it could be worth investigating to see how easy that is to cut a portion out of this without making a real mess of it. Be interested to know whether you've given this a go in the comments. This will wake the iPad when it opens. It's just not turned on at the moment. But let's just have another quick look around now that I've put it into the case. Oh, we've got a microphone hole here as well. You've got the grills for the speakers on both ends. Taking you around the back, that's where it joins the front case on. And then your camera hole. So if we check, that is not going to impact the camera glass at all when you put it down on a counter. That is just in there, it's not raised at all. But like I say, you do get protection versus the extra weight. So it's up to you to figure out whether this is what you want or whether the folio case is going to be a better bet at 175 grams, just no side protection. I think for the price, £10, £10 or £11, it's pretty good. I'm still very tempted to watch for a price drop on the Smart Folio case, just to get a real feel for something that carries a bit less heft. One other thing to bear in mind is how you stand it up. Now that folds under, as you can see, it's not the easiest to get into position and stay. There are magnets, and they have actually kicked in now, but they're not the strongest. So you have to be super careful not to put that into a position where the magnets come off. And as soon as that starts putting some weight onto it, it will tip over. So you have to be really careful to get that locked in and make sure it's going to take the weight. That's one thing that I really don't like about this case, is how weak those magnets are to lock it into that standing position. It seems to be okay when you've got it in there, but it's not the strongest. That will flip open. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you've got any case or cover recommendations, please put them in the comments. I'm really interested to find a much lighter case than this, and maybe there's one that's lighter than the Smart Folio. Please let me know. Dead interested.